Hi, guys. Welcome to Table Talk. I'm Kim.
And I'm Brant. And today we're going to talk about things that we have to do as adults, but we never want to do them.
Right.
So, Kim, I have to always start off and ask you, what are some of the things that you have to do, but you hate?
Well, first of all, I'm going to start off with the number one thing, and I think we all share in this, and that is go to work.
Going to work.
Going to work. You know, not many people like going to work, but you have to if you want to keep a roof over your head,
Right.
your family's head, and if you enjoy eating,
Right.
maybe going out, having a good time, going to the movies, concerts, vacations.
But
you
what is
have
it
to
like
work.
when you know the boss that you truly cannot stand is going to be there tomorrow? What kind of anxiety do you have?
A lot of anxiety. A lot of times we go to work and, we're micromanaged or, whatever the case may be, or there's a lot of work to do and you don't have enough time to get it done. It's a lot going on. It stresses you out.
I'm thinking that I have never taken this poll, but I'm thinking that a lot of people don't like their jobs.
All right. I would say a majority of
Yeah,
the people.
they're just kind of trading time for money, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
There are a few people, though, that love to go to work because they love what they do. And that would be a small percentage of people.
That would be me. I enjoy what I do. I mean, I'm in the roofing industry, but I'm a sales guy. So I've been in sales forever and I love selling. So, I would consider myself to be in the category of kind of liking what I do,
Well, they always say if you if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work another day in your life.
Right.
So,
Right.
that is a good thing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
saying. But yeah, so to me that would be at the top of anybody's list.
Right.
Working. But next I think would be for kids, for adults too who go to school.
Going to school.
Going to school.
Man, I can remember having to, even in high school. I mean, listen, I was always pretty decent in school with grades, but I didn't like school. Middle school, I was looking out the window all the time, and every other week I was wanting to join a different branch of service or go
Right.
to college. Or,
Right.
I was all over the friggin' place, right? But I can remember getting ready to go back to school. Man. I don't know, man. It was like somebody shot me in the gut.
Well, it was it was going back to school it was hard to take in, but it was also fun because that was when you went school shopping. I used to love school shopping for clothes and everything, and for to get prepared and ready for school, first day of school, and then after that, it goes downhill.
Get your new pair of Jordache
Right,
jeans
exactly.
back in the old days. Huh?
Jordache.
Were you wearing the type of jeans where you had to jump from the bed on into the jeans?
We all did. Yes.
Yeah, remember that?
Yes, they were so
Oh
tight,
my God, it's
but
like
they look good.
that was crazy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Sassoon. Remember Sassoon?
Ooh la la.
Ooh la
Sassoon.
la. Yeah, that was fun.
Okay,
But yeah, school is school is something that you have to do. You have to do it.
But once the cool thing is, though, right? I mean, you know it. The minute you got in and you got that first week under your belt, right?
Well, no, actually, it was opposite. After the first day, you wear your clothes. The first week, you wear your new stuff, and then after that, it's like,
Really?
yeah.
See, for me, it was exactly the opposite.
Well, you know what it is too. You like when you're involved in sports, it's fun. When there's other things going on besides just study, study, study.
Right.
It does make school a good situation, but it is hard to get up in the morning, get dressed, get ready.
Yeah.
You know.
And for me, especially in high school, I play high school football, so football practice started before school started. So I was seeing some of my, classmates for, a few weeks before school.
Oh, you mean during the summertime?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, before school even started. So that it wasn't a huge transition in high school, a little bit, but it was just getting back to basics after that first week under my belt. I was good to go. But before that, forget about it, So what about one of mine? and that is going to the dentist. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? It's a necessary thing where you got to have oral health, right?
Right.
But you never
Gotta
want to
keep
go.
those pearly whites.
Yeah.
You like to keep them and not,
And yeah, you don't want to
have
lose them.
missing furniture.
I mean, I think that we have one of the best dentists in the friggin' world.
We do.
You know what I mean? Very gentle.
I love our dentist.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, everyone's going there now. The kids are all going.
Yeah.
Everybody loves because
Yeah.
you
And
can't help but love them. They're so kind and gentle with their patients.
Yeah, they treat me like a friggin' kid. That's why
They
they treat me
do.
like a little baby. That's what I want.
Yeah, they
I
make
don't
you
want to
feel
go in there and
so
they're roughing me
special.
around.
Right. They make
You
you,
know,
feel really
hitting
special.
me over the head,
Right.
and pulling teeth out or whatever.
So you don't mind going. It's,
No. No, they're
but for
excellent.
once when they see you coming through the door, they're like, get the gas.
Yeah,
Because they know.
they have that gas tank
Yeah,
ready.
they have it
from-
ready because the last time you went in there, you
Oh
made so
my
much noise,
God.
screaming and crying. They were like, "Oh, every time he comes in, we're
Yeah.
gonna gas him."
Even if I go to get like a teeth cleaning,
All right.
they want to gas me up.
Or
I'm
even
like,
if
I
they
can
just
deal
want
with
to
that.
have a conference with you, they
I'm
pull
a
out
big
the
baby.
gas.
My threshold of pain from a 0 to a 10 is a 0.
Right.
Okay, I mean I don't like when I play football. It's no big deal, but my mouth, getting a tooth pulled or getting Novocaine,
Right.
all that, not good for
I know
me.
it's hard for you. I
Oh.
know.
I mean, I have
a
anxiety.
big baby. What about the times when you get sick and you announce it 20
Are you serious
times?
right now? We're gonna go into that.
You announce it all day long. Oh, I'm sick.
Oh, I'm sick. Hey, I'm sick. Man,
We're
oh,
like,
man.
we know.
I'm not really
We
feeling
know.
good today, guys. I'm sick.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
So,
know. I do that. I'm a big baby. I
Yes,
can't
you
help
are.
that. Yeah.
So,
All man here. Sometimes I'm a big baby over
Mm-hmm.
here.
baby everywhere.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the dentist gives me a lot of anxiety. Big time.
So, what's the next one? I would probably say going to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going to the doctor gives some people a lot of anxiety. I guess, first of all, number one, who wants to step on the scale?
Yeah. No, I
You
get
know.
it.
And then who's to say we don't know what's going to happen? You might have to get a shot
Yeah.
or whatever it may be. It's, it's kind of scary not knowing what's coming,
Right.
or taking tests and not knowing what they're going to tell you the results are.
You know what I used to hate when I was a kid when it comes to doctors? Getting these team physicals.
Oh, you like that, though.
No.
You guys all stand around with no clothes on?
I know. Doing a duck walk around the friggin' doctor's
Oh, that
office.
must have been fun.
Like
Real-
friggin'
real
moron,
fun.
right? Oh, my God. Back in the old days. The old days, because I even think about that. I'm kind of getting off base here for a minute, but I remember, like when my kids first got into high school, middle school, and all that. They were telling me about taking showers and all. We had open showers. I'm pretty sure we had open toilets. It was like 4 steps above prison, and everybody was just
Wow.
out there. Hey, that's where the "Don't Drop the Soap" I guess came into play. But
No, I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't
no,
think,
but I mean, it was
I don't
all
think it was
open.
high school sports that.
But as we came along out of the 70s and early 80s, people, it seemed like we became more humane, giving people more privacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you can actually take a shower behind a curtain. What the
Right.
hell is that?
Right.
I never had that joy.
Right.
Being able to take a shower in private.
In
high school.
private.
Didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, that is kind of.
Yeah, it didn't happen. There were communal showers and communal toilets.
That's exciting. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The old days.
So, what else is it that you have to do that you don't like to do or want to do, but you have to do it?
Well, I wouldn't say my work. I'm in.
No, you said you enjoy your work.
Yeah, but there's certain aspects of my job when I have to, get on extremely tall ladders and get on extremely high roofs and stuff like that. I try not to do that anymore. I kind of delegate that,
Right.
authority. You know what
Well,
I mean?
what about taking the car in?
Yeah.
When you have to take the car in.
The thing
for-
about it is, I love, I like driving really nice cars, but I hate taking them like to get serviced because it always seems like it's a money pit. I don't care if I know everything about being a mechanic.
But you don't.
I don't, but just the oil change. Oh, that'll be $220 for a friggin' oil change. Well, you
But
know, you
that's what
got to
happens
rotate
when you
the
don't
tires.
know when you don't know much about cars. They can tell you just about anything.
Well, no, it's not. It's not just that, but you have to take this certain car to a dealership.
Right.
The dealerships their pricing is already up there, and so it doesn't matter. You
Like
look at the
my
menu.
my car, you really can't take anywhere.
No, you
know?
can't.
Like, remember the time we were gonna,
When we first bought the car,
right? We were going
to like a Jiffy Lube, I guess. You know,
Right.
shame on me for even
and
saying that.
they wouldn't even take.
No, they looked at me and
wouldn't do
said,
it.
"No, you got to go to a dealer for that."
Right,
You
and
know?
you did, and yes,
And it was $220 to get an
Yes.
oil change.
right.
So I'm like, you know, you want to
So
play,
they really got you in the pocket there, but
you got to pay to play.
exactly.
You want to look like somebody and driving a nice car and feeling good about yourself, you're going to pay for that.
Right,
Right? You're going to pay for
Right.
that. So that's one of the things that I don't like to do.
right.
You know what I mean? And I know there's a few of them that you don't like to do. And I'm going to talk about one of them. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be in the doghouse when I talk about one of them.
No, go ahead. Let's hear
Oh.
this.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I want to hear
I
it.
insist.
No, I would like to hear what you.
Well,
have
one
to
of the
say.
things that I shouldn't say you have to do, but sometimes I push you to do, and that is cooking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're a great cook. I mean,
But everybody knows that, No, I don't like to cook. I
yeah, but
just
here,
don't.
but one thing about it though, when you cook and you mix it up in the kitchen, man, you know how to cook. You know how to throw down in the kitchen. Here's the problem: getting you in the kitchen.
Right. I don't like to cook, but it's not a problem. I do get in there when I have to, because you guys have to eat, But
Healthy meals.
we all know I don't like to cook.
Yeah, no, I
So
get it.
That's just it.
I get it.
Anyway, so what about spending money? Because we know you don't like to do that.
I'm not cheap. Okay, I try to have some sort of a budget, but it seems like my budget really doesn't have a big ceiling on it. So I try to stay within a certain budget, and sometimes
Wow.
I have to not spend money and things like that, because hey, when you're a business owner, you got to watch your money sometimes.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't-
true. That's
you don't
true.
know what next month's going to be, or
Right.
3 months from now, or you're going into the holidays, you're coming out of the holidays. It's always something. You're going into the summer, coming out of the summer. I mean, it never ends.
Right.
Now we have a budget to start advertising or not advertising. You know what I mean? So you're always having to kind of be on, on some sort of a point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I do like spending money, and I do like all that kind of stuff. But sometimes I'm cautious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, that's understandable.
And other
I was
business
just-
owners know
I
what
was
I'm
just
talking
kidding
about.
with you. But what about when your guys don't do what they're supposed to do?
Okay,
You
continue.
don't like talking to them, but you have to.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
you
don't
do.
mind. I gotta.
Well, I mean, you do to a certain extent.
I'm a
'Cause
coach, man,
This time
you
you
know?
come to me and you're like, oh, this guy is not doing
Yeah.
this, and that, and I have to talk to him. And,
Yeah.
And so then we talk about it, because sometimes I think you kind of need that cheering session going. And then by
Yeah.
the time you're done, you're ready to do what you have to do. But you don't necessarily like it because you just want everybody to be on point.
Well, I want everybody to share. It's like anytime you're a business owner or a manager or anything that you're in charge, you want to spread your philosophy on people you work around. They're people who work for you.
Right.
And and my philosophy is very simple. My goal has always been in business if I can show my salespeople how to sell, they're going to be able to have money to take care of their family.
Right.
And if they're taken care of, I'm taken care
You're
of.
taken care of.
I mean,
Right.
it's just that simple.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I have to push them to be hungry
Right.
and to stay
That's what I'm saying.
focused
that's
on,
a lot of times you don't want
creating
to
business.
have to talk to them, but you have to because there's the motivation.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need that.
Well, they're living life. I mean,
Right.
they're living life too. We're living life.
Right.
People have to be, once in a while, you got to light a fire under them, and give them an uppercut, pow,
Wow. So, what about that person that you have to tell them something you don't really want to, but you have to for their well being or for yours? You know, I think sometimes that happens with people. It's like, I don't really want to talk to this person. Or maybe, you're a boss and you have to fire someone.
Yeah.
But you have to do it.
Yeah.
It's not always easy.
Well, before I got into having my own business, and I was a manager and sales manager, different things like that. My philosophy was that when I went to fire somebody, I could justify why I am firing you, and by the time I was done with them, they'd be like, "Oh man, I get it, man. Sorry,
Well, remember the one guy you told me he was in your office and you said he looked so crazy? And
Yeah.
you said
He was an employee that was there before I got there. And like a couple years later, he was so crazy. I'm like, I voted him, most likely to blow up the friggin' office. You know what I'm saying? And no, I never fired you.
But it's funny, you just have me laughing. You're like, oh no, I don't care what he does. He's not getting fired.
Not at all. It's not happening. And if he does, I'm not coming to work for like a month.
Exactly.
Yeah, he
funny.
he was a character, that one. So I can't even do that one. But, that's definitely me having to do something that I didn't want to do, and I didn't.
Right.
No.
But there's there's many situations out there, many things that we're not even touching base on.
Right.
That people have to do.
Yeah, like stand in line to get a new decal or a tag.
Right.
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 Oh.
Right, but you have to.
Have
if you
to.
want to drive your car, you have to get it done.
Yeah, I went and got a tag a couple months ago, and I get there, and it was like 250 people before me. I said, I got nothing to do today. I'm good. And I spent 2.5 hours just waiting.
Yeah, but you know what? It's so different now. When we first moved to Georgia, remember when we went in to get change our driver's license out? It was like they were calling us.
No, Georgia's on point with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they were calling us before we could even finish our
Yeah.
paperwork. We sat down and we were next. And
Well, they have the leading technology that, it's a one station.
Yeah,
type
but
of
that was
situation.
amazing to me because, in South Florida, we would go, that was an all day.
Well, you had to take a day off from work.
Right.
If you were going to get a tag or you were
Your
going to
license, anything
license,
you
DMV.
did. Right.
It was terrible.
Oh my goodness. And we took our middle son to go get his license and he had problems with his eyes. So we sat all that time for them to fail him.
Yeah.
When he went to take the eye exam. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So that meant we had to go to the eye doctor, get a letter.
Yeah.
And then
And
go
redo
back.
the process all over again.
Right. And we did it again. And he failed again. And it was making me crazy because it was just the waiting and waiting and waiting, and then he failed. But he finally got it.
Three times is a charm, right?
Yeah. But meanwhile, we waited like a lifetime.
Yeah.
We wasted so much life waiting.
Yeah,
for
I hate
him.
waiting in. Another thing I hate waiting in. I mean, most people don't mind it, but waiting around to catch a flight.
Yeah, not bad.
No, because normally you're going somewhere you want to go.
Right. But you know what? If you have something to keep you busy while you're waiting, no big deal. I don't like to wait. I like to get there and let's go. But if you do have to wait, just make sure you have something to do.
Like play on your game.
Play on the games. I love it.
Play on your phone.
Exactly. That's what we have them for.
Check your email.
There's so much to do. There's a lot you can get done. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess we're done with this segment.
All righty. Well, you know what? For anybody that's out there that likes what we're doing,
go ahead down below, comment. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you'll get notification every time we make another podcast. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and let us know what it is that you have to do that you don't want to do. Okay?
probably like take care of them damn kids.
Oh. See you next time.
That's the next one.
Awesome.